So I started medication, I think I was about 16. I was in therapy offices from the time I was probably like 11. Years go by and things just got more and more difficult in terms of functioning that way, not really ever feeling good, being in a very, very dark place, and being on medication, on and off, every kind of antidepressants. That was acceptable around me, except for my father, who never agreed with it. He actually didn't know all the medication that I was on. And it got to the point where about 8 years ago, my father took me to the Tree of Life in Patagonia, Arizona with Dr. Gabriel Cousins. And I went through 8 days at the Tree of Life, very resistant to it. Again, I was still on medication. I, at that point, was on Klonopin for anxiety, and my life was actually getting worse over the years due to the amount of medications that were in my body. I was looking for a change, and throughout my process of being with Gabriel at the Tree of Life, when I was going to leave to come back to New York, he didn't want me to leave because he didn't think that I was nearly stable enough. He was worried about me being suicidal and the amount of medication that I was always on and off. And he told me, well, if you're going to go back to New York, this woman, you would have to connect with her. Her name's Parashakti. And I came back and started doing work with Parashakti, like grounding work. I worked with Parashakti. She worked with me probably for about a year and a half. And then my journey kind of faded off, and I went back into this very heavy drug trip, I'll call it. I wasn't working with Parashakti. When I had left her presence from working with her, I was on more and more medication. That everything in the past 6 years, where I took a break from doing grounding work with her, I spiraled in such a downward way, in and out of the psychiatric wards, medication to the point where I couldn't even walk, all of those things. I reconnected with Parashakti last summer after another episode in another psychiatric ward at Silver Hill Hospital, this time trying to get off Klonopin. And Parashakti had met with me and told me, as she always did, I will not leave you, and I will help you to ground and get through this. And that Parashakti has been a major influence in helping me to know that I could be free from medication, that the medication was actually making it worse for me. It's like I was gonna die if I didn't stop medication. I got pregnant and I had to stop medication. So I'm still in a lot of withdrawal symptoms, but it's like fading out. Parashakti allows me, she's outside of my father, she's the only person that actually brings me to a place where I feel connected to earth, where I feel grounded. Parashakti is the same way. She just grounds me. Just the energy that she carries just allows me to feel my breath, be in my breath. It's almost like I feel hopeful around her. But Parashakti plays this role for me that my dad can't play because she carries the goddess energy, the female energy. So she holds a place that my father can't just because of who she is. You know, so between the two of them, they help me to maintain balance because I'm drug-free for the first time, and you know,
Drug-free?
I'm drug-free. I'm completely drug-free.